Alright guys, so this is the first video of the few that I'm gonna do to kind of try to help you out, especially with this calculator. We were just looking at using this calculator yesterday, Wednesday, and we were thinking about just the many different things that you can do on it to make everything just a lot easier. Okay. Now I'm not only gonna talk about the calculator, I'm gonna talk about other problems that may be easy as well, even without a calculator. So just a short review. So let's go ahead and get started with this first problem that's talking about domain and range. So the first thing that it says is the function is graphed below, or a function is graphed below. Which of the following represents the range? Important vocabulary word. Okay, range. We have domain and range. You gotta remember domain is talking about the x, and then range is talking about the y. Okay, now what I usually like to do with these problems is I like to make a box. I don't know how accurate I'll be able to do this box. Oh, it's coming out pretty good. Okay, wow, I'm an artist. Well, notice that the box that I made has the corners right on the points, okay, so that I can be able to see what the highest and lowest points are, what the farthest to the left and farthest to the right points are. But when I'm talking about the y-axis, it shows me right here, this is the y, right? So it's telling me that I need to look at pretty much the y-axis, right? It's telling me look at these numbers. Now we always go from low to high, and because we're talking about the range again, the range is the y, and the lowest we can go here, and according to my box, the lowest I can go is -9. Okay, and then the highest I can go, I believe that's an 8 all the way up here. Okay, that's the highest I can go. So I can already eliminate a, and I can eliminate y, or c, sorry, whatever that was there. So now I have two options. So the difference between them is this little symbol right there, right? And of course this other symbol right here. So I have to figure out which one's which. I'm gonna look at the little circle here that corresponds to that -9. That's an open circle. That means we're not including it, so there's no little line under it. And then this closed circle over here corresponds to this 8, and it's closed. That means you're including it, so you need a little line under it. Again, we said range is y, so we're putting the y right here, and our answer is letter D. Okay, domain and range problems are not that difficult, especially after you draw your box. That just makes it a lot easier to see where you're going from. Just things to remember from this: domain is x, range is y. Okay, when you look at the domain, you're going from left to right. Excuse the handwriting, I'm on my laptop and it's just really hard to write, but anyway. And then when we're talking about the y, we're going from low to high. Okay, which is what we did on this one. We went from lowest point to the highest point. Okay, let's go on to the next problem. We haven't used the calculator yet, but that's okay because this problem was not too bad. Did I click? Yes, I did. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. This next one is also a domain and range problem. It says the graph of part of a linear function g is shown on the grid. Which inequality best represents the domain? Okay, opposite of this one, the other one asked us for the range, and this one is actually asking us for the domain. We said domain is x, and we're gonna go from left to right. Okay, again, drawing the box kind of helps. Hopefully I can draw an accurate box. Went a little bit past it, but that's okay. Alright, so looking at my left bound, or the farthest I can go to the left, right here, I believe that's a -9. and then there's an open well, we'll talk about that in a bit, but the farthest I can go to the right is 2. Okay, negative 9 and 2, so I can already eliminate C and D. Okay, and from that I am going to look at now the open circle. This open circle corresponds to that negative 9, so no little line under it. Closed circle here corresponds to a 2, so I need a little line under it. Domain we said was x, so the x goes there, and my answer would be letter A. Okay, so again, no calculator required, just drawing your little box and figuring that out. I'm going a little bit fast because I don't want to make the video eternal, but you can pause it and go back, review it, whatever you need to do with it. Okay, so this next one, I'm actually going to use my calculator for it. And like we learned on our little 2-period camp, we said we're always going to create a new document. Okay, and then always say no, you don't want to save any random stuff. So what happened? What on earth? What is this? Okay, let me make it small again. There you go. Okay, so this calculator keeps disappearing on me. Just trying to move it to the side so I can see everything there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, there's something you guys didn't see it yesterday, but I'm gonna add a calculator. So I'm gonna go to 1, and if you remember from yesterday, I could have tried to put these into a graphs page and looked at the table, right? The sad thing about this is that since the y is not by itself, okay, you cannot see the table when you type in a relation, okay? So that would be kind of unfortunate for you to take your time to go type that into y equals, and then you try to look at the table and then the table is not there, right? So, and let me show you what I mean. Because you're probably right now like, what is this? What are you talking about? So if I go to the graphs page and I change this, or delete that and type in a relation. By the way, the first sections that went to it didn't get the shortcut, but if you just delete the equal sign, you can get your relation. Okay, so I'm gonna type in the first one. By the way, that's not the answer. I was just kind of circling random stuff. But if I type in y plus 268 equals, my equal sign's right there, and then we said control divide is going to help us out. Let's say quick control divide 1, why isn't it typing 1 over 12, okay, and then get out of it, and x, why can't I type, okay, there you go, x plus 20, okay, so I type it in, right, and how nice, we can't see we can't really see it, but that's okay. So see, if I zoom out a little bit, I can see my line right there, right? But that's not what I want. I want a table. We said our shortcut to look at the table is Control T, but every time you type it in as a relation, you will not be able to see the table. So that's sad, because if I could just see a table and I could just real quick see if this matches, right? But that's not the case. Now, don't be sad, because it's still pretty simple to do. I'm gonna go ahead and, okay, just press enter. Oh, I forgot to select the arrow. Okay, so I'm gonna open a new page and I'm gonna add a calculator, and it's still gonna be pretty easy. They're basically telling me, okay, that negative 20 is x. So instead of this x, I'm gonna put a negative 20. They tell me y is negative 268. So instead of this y, I'm gonna put a negative 268. Okay. So what I'm going to do is my calculator, I'm going to type it in exactly as it is. but instead of the y, I'm putting in a negative 268. So negative 268 plus 268, and I'm going to put equal, and then I'm going to do my control divide 1 over 12, and then arrow to the right so you can get out of that fraction, and then parentheses the negative 20 that I'm replacing for the x, and then plus 20. Okay, close the parentheses, and look at how nice this works. And press enter, and it tells you it's true. How nice, right? So the first point works. That means this point is actually on the table of this equation. Okay, so now I need to try the next point though. Okay, I've been writing too much on it. I need to try the next point though. So now instead of the x, I'm gonna put a negative 14 right here, right? And instead of the y, I'm gonna put a negative 196. Okay, so let's try it. Now I don't want to retype everything, so I'm just gonna scroll up, highlight it in blue, and press enter. Okay, and then we go to that negative 268 and change it to a negative 196, and change the negative 20 to a, whoa, what did I do? Negative 20 to a negative 14. Okay, so I replaced it with these new values, and I'm gonna press enter. But now it tells me that it is false. Sadly, very sadly. So it tells me that it's false. Therefore, this second point does not work. Okay, and because it doesn't work, this is not your answer. Okay, so in this case, we would have to try the next one and see if it works. Try the next one and see if it works, and so on. Okay, I'm only gonna try one more. I'm gonna try letter H this time. I'm gonna do it in blue. Okay, I'm gonna try this one right here. So instead of the y, I'm gonna replace it with a negative 268, and instead of the x, I'm gonna replace it with a negative 20. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Just type it straight in. So I'm gonna go ahead and type in negative 268 plus 268 equals 12 parentheses negative 20 plus 20. Let's see if this first one works. It says it's true, so this first point works for the blue one. Let's try the next one. Again, I don't want to retype every single thing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight it, press enter so that I can bring it back down, and using my cursor, I am gonna go to that 268 and replace it with the negative 196. Okay. Oh, I typed in two negatives. What is this? Okay. And then instead of this negative 20 over here, I'm gonna replace it with that negative 14. And it's also true. Okay. So far, so good. And then I'm just gonna do one more point. I'm pretty sure if I check this third one and it's correct, then it should be good. So instead of that negative 196, I'm gonna put negative 124. And then instead of this negative 14, I'm gonna type in a negative 8. And it's also true. Okay, so all those three work. I would try the next one since it is a 4-hour test, so you might as well just try them all. But for now, since I don't want to make this video extremely long, H would be your answer. Okay. Alright, let's go on to the next one. And this one right here. I'm trying to see. Okay, yes, let's use a calculator. I'm trying to see what's the easiest way to help you solve it. So it says the graph below represents the cost in dollars for printing t-shirts. Which linear equation in two variables can be used to represent the cost y for printing x t-shirts? Oh my god, my voice is going away. Okay, so I'm gonna try all these out. I'm gonna go ahead and enter a new page, control doc, and I'm gonna add a graph. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. Okay, now all of these already have the y by itself. Okay, the y is by itself, the y is by itself. Therefore, I do not need a relation. Okay, I can just type it in straight as it is right here, and it's gonna give me the graph that I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the first one, and I'm gonna type in 5x plus 50, and look at this sad thing. Okay, I can't see the graph. Very, very sad. But on the graph that I do have on my paper, I have some points. I have this one right here, which is 0, 50, and then I have the next one, which is 2. Let's see what's the next one. 260, right? And then I have the next one, which is 470, and so on, right? So I'm gonna be a little smart, I guess, and do a little trick. So instead of looking at the graph and seeing if it matches this graph, I'm gonna look at the table and see if it matches the table that I just made from the graph, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and do Control T, because table starts with T. So I'm here, and I'm gonna go up, and notice we have 0, 50, 0, 50. 260, 260. Notice that the 155 isn't on my table, but I didn't even have a 1. I skipped the 1, right? So as long as the 260 is there, it's okay. And then I have 470 is there. Again, 365 is not here, but because I skipped the 3, right? But it makes sense that if I had a 3, a 65 would be in between those. So without thinking about it too much, and without even having to do too much work, because luckily my answer was the first one, my answer is F. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, this is one of those that I'm not going to use my calculator on, but anytime you see anything, well, let's read it. It says the distance what is this? The distance a truck, now I can't say truck. The distance a truck travels varies directly with the number of hours driven. A truck travels 268 miles in 4 hours. If the truck continues to travel at the same rate, how long will it take the truck to go 938 miles? It's like they knew I couldn't say truck today, and it says truck, truck, truck everywhere. What is this? Anyway, anytime you see this varies directly, it's pretty much a proportion, okay? And you learned about this, I believe, like in 6th grade, maybe 5th grade, when they told you, like, oh, if it takes 1 cup of flour to make 1 cake, how many cups of flour does it take to make 3 cakes, right? Proportions. That didn't make a lot of sense, but let me show you what I mean. I have 2 variables. I have miles and I have hours, okay? I have 268 miles for 4 hours, which should equal something else. Now they're giving me another miles, and miles are on top, 938 miles, but they're not giving me this one here, right? I need to find it. And right away comes your trick. Well, you already know you gotta cross multiply 938 times 4. And then here, some people call it the butterfly or something. I'm gonna call this one down here x, okay? So 268 times x is 268x. So, first of all, I need to multiply these right here. So I'm gonna go to my calculator and I'm gonna add a calculator page because I just need a plain and simple calculator. 938 times 4, which gives me 3,752. And then hopefully everyone is aware, or everyone knows, that right now you're implying multiplication. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and divide by 268, and my answer is 14. And that's it. Okay, so it's a basic proportion. A lot of you guys are really good at doing this. Some people even have their little shortcut. They're like, just cross multiply and divide by that. It's pretty much what the shortcut is. Cross multiply and divide. Okay, alright, let's go on to the next one. Okay, what is the slope and equation of a line parallel to the x-axis passing through a point 3, 7? Alright, so first of all, let's go onto our calculator and we're going to add a graphs page, because graphs is where you can actually see, I'm going to go to number 2, what's going on, right? Now, before I do anything, if I want to look at the point 3, 7, because that's the one that they're giving me here, right? I'd rather have a grid line. So I'm going to go to menu, view, just like we did yesterday, grid, and we want a lined grid because that's what we're used to seeing. Okay, and I'm going to plot the point 3, 7. Okay, 3, 7 is my, what's 3, 1? What on earth? Okay, 3, 7. Hold on, let me take that. Okay. Now, whenever you want to see a little bit more of your graph, you can. Whoa. Oh, that's too much. It's too much. Okay. Okay, go. It's going by 2 now. Okay. There you go. So the point, okay, that was a little bit confusing. So let's just start it again. So the control doc, and I'm adding a graphs page. Okay. And then I added a grid. Alright. I wanted to plot the point 3, 7. Okay. What happened though was that I was trying to move my, it's just hard to do it on the computer, but I was trying to move my, what's it called, axis. So there you go. Now I can see it. Okay, so that I could see the top part. So what I did is I pulled pretty much the graph down so I could see the top. So now 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I forgot to select the pen. 2, 4, 6, 7 is around there. If I could just get it right. Okay. Again, it's pretty difficult to do. So 3, 7 is about there. I can't get it real good because it's really hard to do it on the computer, but I'm looking at the point right here. That's 3, 7. Okay, anyway, so I still didn't put it right. Looking at the point 3, 7 right here. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now we have a point 3, 7. Okay. Now I wanted this line to be parallel, which You guys already know parallel means lines never touch to the x-axis, and this is the x-axis right there. This is the x-axis. What's going on with this computer? It's going crazy. I'm going crazy. Okay, this is the x-axis, so I want a line parallel to that. So I'm going to try the first one. Again, I'm going to press tab, and I'm going to type in this first one here, y equals 7. So it's going to put the 7, press enter. Ooh, that one's parallel, right? So I can put a check mark on that one and this one because they both have it, right? Now let's type in, I'm going to press tab, and I'm going to try x equals 3 and x equals, I put y equals 3, sorry. Let's press tab again. Okay, I'm going to delete it and put a relation, so I can type in x equals 3, x equals 3. Okay, notice that it goes through the point that we chose, but it is not parallel. It's actually perpendicular. It's crossing my line, right? So then these down here don't work because they are perpendicular. Okay, now all I have to do now though, y equals 7 is this little red line up there. Okay, I need to know if the slope is 0 or undefined. Okay, I'm gonna help you remember a little bit with that one. Slope of 0, slope of undefined. I can ride my bike on this one, right? Be sitting here. Oh, I don't even know how. My masterpiece, right? And I'm not gonna be having much fun. This is 0 fun, right? I can ride my bike here, and what's gonna happen to me? I don't even know, right? I'm gonna fall and I'm gonna be undefined. Maybe I'll be at the hospital, maybe I will not survive, right? So if you ride your bike on something like this, you will be undefined. So my line is like this though. Therefore I'm having 0 fun. My slope is 0. Answer is F. Okay, I'm gonna stop on this one for now because I don't want to make the video extremely long, and I think it's already pretty long. And then I want to put this in pieces so that you guys can find it a little more useful than making one like 1 hour video. But definitely keep practicing with these calculators so that you can be ready on time for the test, because if you don't practice with them and then on the day of the test you want to use it, it's definitely not going to work out. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions, or let your teacher know and they'll let me know. But you can always come and see any of us for help so that we can assist you in any way that we can. Alright, so I'll see you next time. I'm not going to see you, but anyway, you know what I mean. So, till the next one.